This is Karttika 2022 in Radhakundam. And we're in Vishakananda Sukhada Kunj and Shamakund side. And we're continuing to give classes on the theme of Sri Radha and Her Manjaris, based on different books. And this is Vilapa Kusumanjali, which we've given classes on different verses over the years. And now we're going to give a class on the verses we didn't cover. So this is verse 3, beginning of the book. One footnote is this book, of course, is written by Raghunatha Das Goswami. It's part of Stavavali. It's Vilapa Kusumanjali. It's his handful of fragrant flowers, kusum flowers, offered in loving submission and lamentation. Vilapa means lamenting and separation from Radharani. So each verse is full of the mood of separation from the form of Radharani, separation from the service of Radharani, separation from the leela of Radharani, like us. And so, and he's praying, he is Raghunatha Das, but she is Tulsi Manjari. The Tulsi Manjari in her sadhak group is Raghunatha Das, is praying for darshan of Radharani, praying for seva of Radharani, and praying to enter the leelas of Radharani. So that's what the substance of this book is. So this is part of Mangala Charana. So here he's offering obeisances to Rati Manjari, because the Vaitacharya has another form. He has different swarups. Has different swarups in Sakhi Bhav, Manjari Bhav, and Dasi Bhav, and different styratis. So he has two forms as Manjaris, and one of the forms as Manjari is Rati Manjari. So there are some lines of Vaita Parivar. They worship Vaitacharya as Rati Manjari, as Purnamasi, and Madhamangal, and different forms for all of Vaitacharya. So here Raghunatha Das is offering respects to Rati Manjari. So he's Rati Manjari because Gauragana Dashdipika says that Raghunatha Das is Rati Manjari. But in Krishna's Kaviraj is Govinda Lila Amrita and Krishna Bhavana Amrita by Vishnu Chakravarti. Whenever they're talking about Rupa and Raghunath, or the two Manjaris, always say Rupa Manjari and Tulsi Manjari. Who is this Tulsi Manjari? Tulsi Manjari is a nickname for Rati, what we call Rati Manjari, means Raghunath Das. Tulsi Manjari is not Tulsi the Vrindadevi or anything like that. It's not Tulsi's Manjari form. Vrindadevi is not a Manjari, she's a Priya Sakhi of Krishna, and she has Krishna Sneha Adik Bhav. She lives close to Nandagram, and she favors Krishna's side more than Radharani's side, Vrindadevi. Vrindadevi arranges all kunja paraphernalia. She's like the stage manager, and the writer of the drama is Yogamaya Puramasi. Puramasi is a script writer and a drama writer for every lila and every stairati and Brajas, all the script writing, all the leelas, how they're going to unfold, who's going to play what part, who's going to become bewildered, who's not going to become bewildered. It's all run by Purnamasi, who is Yogamaya, who is the wife of Vaitacharya Sita Devi. So she's got a lot of swarups there. Yogamaya, spiritual power of loving illusion. I mean, love in general puts people in illusion. Material life casts a great spell of illusion. It's called Maya. Maya means illusion. And the enchantress of Maya is the lady for a man, and the enchanter of a woman is Maya in a man's body. So, but the spiritual world, everyone's also bewildered by Maya, by Yoga Maya. Yoga means connection. The Maya that they're bewildered by doesn't send them away from God and send them to hell. The Yoga Maya pushes them towards God and increases their loving intimacy and relationship with Bhagavan. That's Yoga Maya. And that's Purnamasi, is their Sarup, and that's in Krishna, that's Sita Devi, in Gauralila, as the wife of Vaitacharya. So this book is presented by Raghunatha Das Goswami, who is initiated in Vaita Parivar. His guru is Yadanandacharya. Yadanandacharya is direct disciple of Sri Vaita Prabhu. So he's definitely Vaita Parivar. And you can see the proof of that when you go to Radhika and you take darshan Raghunatha Das Goswami Samadhi. I think everyone knows what it is. It's 24-hour kirtan party. It's been going on there for 45 years or so. And there's a Samadhi Mandir. This is generally Gaudiya Vaishnava Samadhis. They don't have murtis. Murti is a new thing introduced. It's going here and there. People are starting to catch on. But for 500 years, they just had like a linga. Looks like a Shiva linga, white marble or white granite or whatever. And everywhere, all the ancient Samadhis, the Goswamis and Shamananda and all great acharyas just have a linga inside the place. But now they have pictures and photographs, and because it's modern gurus, photographs, and they have full murtis. That's okay, whatever, it's the bhava of the disciples. But traditional, it's just a linga. So when you look at the Raghunatha Das Goswami Samadhi, there's a linga, and the tilak there is a Vaita Parivar tilak. It's like heart-shaped, the nose part is shaped like a heart, like Vaita Parivar. Because the Vaita Parivar tilak is vatpatra. Vatpatra means banyan leaf. And the patra, the leaf of the Nityananda Parivar, is bants. Bants means bamboo. Bamboo has a very narrow, skinny, long, pointed leaf. And that's what their tilak, long, skinny, pointed like an arrow. That's Nitai Parivar. Mostly that's what you see around here, Nitai Parivar. Most people are initiated. But when the Pujari is Nityananda Parivar, he's a Babaji disciple of Ananta Das. When he's painting Raghunatha Das, he says, Raghunatha Das is not an art Parivar, so he paints him with a weight of Parivar. Not like Russian artists and Indian artists, when they paint paintings, they paint Krishna as the tilak of their guru. It's a painting of Krishna by Shamananda artist. Krishna has Newport tilak. There's a painting of Krishna or Lord Chaitanya by Nityananda Parivar, like Vrindavan Das, famous Russian artist. Then all of the Nitai and the weight to Nitai all have Nityananda Parivar tilak. So this is nice Maryada, showing of respect, mutual respect of Nityananda Babaji, Parivar Babaji respecting Das Goswami. And also when you go to Teen Goswami Samadhi, over by Vishwanath Chakravarti's Vajan Kutir and Krishnadas and Vishnu and Raghunatha Das, there's Teen Goswami Samadhi, and in Samadhi there's like little lingas there, 3 of them in there. And the one of Raghunath Bhatta and the one of Krishnadas Kaviraj all has Nityananda Parivar, but the one Raghunath Das has Vaita Parivar. So I'm saying that because Raghunatha Das is in this Parivar, so that's why he's offering obeisance to Rati Manjari. He offered obeisance already Rupa Manjari, because Rupa and Rati are always together. So Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari in this case is Vaitacharya, his guru in a Manjari form. His means Raghunatha Das' guru is Vaitacharya, his Param Guru. Param Guru is Vaitacharya, so he's offering obeisance to Param Guru's Manjari form, Rati Manjari, in his third sloka, which we're covering today. Okay, you clear? And the commentaries, it's also a combination of Nityananda Parivar and Vaita Parivar. How so? 95% of the commentaries by Ananta Das Babaji, because he wrote the book in Bengali, his commentary. But he gives a tattva. And whenever Gaudiya Vaishnavas describe Leela, they always describe Leela and tattva. Leela rests on a strong foundation. The building rests on a strong foundation. Underground basement, so many feet underground, depending how tall the building is, and a plinth and everything, and then they start building the walls and the roof and the floors. So the foundation of Leela Vichar is tattva, spiritual reality, philosophy, rasa tattva, prema tattva, all different tattvas, Leela tattva. So you have to understand that clearly, to understand the transcendental nature of the alokic pastimes around Krishna, transcendental pastimes. So the whole tika is all the tattva parts given by Pandit Ananta Das Babaji. And all of the Lila is describing how Tulsi Manjari is engaging with Radharani in each verse and painting her feet and getting kicked by Radharani after painting her feet, getting marked on her arm with her feet and this and that. All the Lilas are described by Prabhupada and Ananda Gopal Goswami ki. In-house, so we have our team over here rooting for us, So when we talk about tattva, which is most of the commentaries tattva, which is the most essential part to understand Leela. Because Leela, that tattva is a top-heavy truck. The truck is top heavy when you say it's an Indian truck. It's 20 feet high, it's good. It's going like this, going down, you go boom. It's going to go boom, boom. So if you just go up in the Leela, go in the sky with Leela, the only foundation, you have little tiny 407 truck, with 50,000 kilos, and you're going to have an accident, dump all your stuff on somebody's head, So, all your Leela without a foundation on top of it, you can't run down the highway of success. So let's start. That's just a bhumika. Bhumika means introduction. So there's a long Sanskrit verse. I don't know the meter of this verse, but we'll read the Sanskrit verse number 3 of Vilapa Kusumanjali by Das Goswami. Rajendravasdi Sali Vivida Balabi Shankule Tameva Rati Manjari Prachura Punya Punjodaya Vilasa Bara Vismita Pranayi Mekla Margane Yaradya Nija Nataya Rajasi Natita Kandaram. Translation. By all the translations here of the commentary and the verses and leelas are done by Sri Radharani Das Ji, who is in the Vaita Varga also. He's one of my Shiksha gurus. Oh, Rati Manjari, so now Tulsi Manjari is glorifying the Vaitacharya's Manjari form. Oh, Rati Manjari, you are the most fortunate gopi in Nanda and King, the abode of the king of Braj. Rajendravasdi Stali, living in the place of Braj under the king Nanda, you are the most fortunate of all Sakhis, Manjaris. When your Swamini Radharani forgets her beloved Waistbells due to her absorption and love play in the Kunj, she asks Rati Manjari to go collect it from the cave where she left it in. So Radharani sometimes has pastimes, usually in the forest, along the banks of the Yamuna or somewhere, in some beautiful kunja, some forest kunja, all vines and flowers and everything. But sometimes she has pastimes in caves in Gavarvan and Barsana, caves in Govardhan and Govardhan Hill, and everywhere where you can find Kamyavan, anywhere you find a cave, there's going to be a Leela there. It's like kids grow up in the country, they always go and look for caves where there's mountainous regions, look for caves to go play there and have games and stuff. So around Krishna cowherd boys, they discover all the caves. Because the gopis don't wander all over the place like monkeys. But the Krishna and Balaram and the cowherd boys are like monkeys. So they wander all over Braj Mandal. So they have every nook and cranny. Because the boys always wander very far. Girls stay close to the Yavat ground or close to Varsana. Radharani doesn't wander all the compound everywhere. But Krishna and cowherd boys wander. Why does Krishna go there with the cowherd boys? To have fun, but really to collect information. He goes there to collect information. Hey, here's a good place to take my girlfriend. Hey, here's another good place. No one will ever find us here. This is too impossible. This is a good place. So he keeps a record. He has an iPad, and he keeps a record of charting with a satellite. What do they call it? GPS, or he has GPS. He writes down the cardinal points, so many degrees north and south. This cave is there. And he has it all down. He says, I found a great cave. It's coming so far. Don't worry, Yogamaya will get us there in 5 seconds. That's 40 kilometers. Don't worry, watch my magic. So he meet Krishna on the border of Barsana. He said, just start walking. Before you know, you'll be there. And 5 minutes later, they're in the cave. The cave enters the cave. So, well, how do you do that? This flute, it's my flute, it's special, this flute is special. It's okay, I don't ask, I'm a simple girl, I don't ask questions. So she was playing with Krishna in the cave, having a good time, and forgot her Waistbells. What's going on over there? And every married girl has to have a Waistbells, otherwise she gets punished. It comes in the house, after being out somewhere without her Waistbells, her mother-in-law says, hey, where's your Waistbells? That's the sign of your marriage. You walk around the house all day, jing, 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 jing. You're making jingling noises. What is this? It's too embarrassing for her mother-in-law. What to speak of Lalita Vishaka? There's different kinds of embarrassment with different personalities. Your mother-in-law gives you one kind of embarrassment, and your kids' sisters give you another kind of embarrassment. So which one's more pinching? You have to think about it. You can bear your mother-in-law if you don't care a fig about her anyway. But when your sisters give you a hard time, it pinches your heart because they love you. You love them. Oh, hey, Radharani, where's your Waistbells? Huh? What happened? You forgot to put them on or what? Hey, what are you insinuating, Lolita? No, nothing. I was just, It's a little unusual. Look at Vishakahaj, Rangadevi, everybody, Steve Devi, Chitra, everybody has their Waistbells except you. Why is that? Usually you lose, we should all lose. You could say you lost when also dance. We were also dancing with you, we didn't lose ours. Why you lost yours and you didn't lose, we lose ours? So it goes like this. So it's very essential, important, Jolly Fatafat Seva. The Rati Manjari has to go and collect those Waistbells fast. So here's a commentary by Sri Ananda Das Babaji Maharaj. Well, first I read the Leela. I set up like this. Leela's lighting is really great. Okay, Leela. So Raghunatha Das is having visions, and visions, it's translated as visions, like, visions in English, but in Sanskrit and Bengali, if you get a Bengali version of this book or in Hindi, there's something called Swarti, Viswarti, and Sakshatkar or Sakshat Darshan. And Swarti is a vision where you're seeing some reality that's not present in front of you. You can have a vision, but these terms, Swarti, Viswarti, and Sakshatkar or Sakshat Darshan, have nothing to do with our material experience. People have visions and mediums and soothsayers and ESP, all kinds of psychic people in this world. But it has nothing to do with what we're talking. We're not talking about that. There's not analogous, there's no comparison, there's no similarity at all. This is all transcendental phenomenon happening on the spiritual plane of Yogamaya, Chit Shakti. So Swarti means you see Krishna like a sadhaka. So Das Goswami is in sadhaka group and prema. So this is the experience of a devotee in prema. So when we want to come to prema, when we have prema, we'll have visions. Krishna's not here. Krishna wasn't here 500 years ago when Das Goswami is here. He's not here now when we're here. We're sadhakas, he's showing the life of sadhaka. But he's the life of sadhaka at prema. We're at life of sadhaka at bhakti. We're going through bhakti, anartha, nivritti, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhav, prema. So he's way up the high scale on prema and mahabhav and nitya. But he's showing, and when you get to prema, you'll have visions like I'm having. I'm giving you a sneak preview of what you're going to see yourself. Every devotee here, lady and gent, when they attain prema and Rag Marg and Manjari Bhava Upasana, worshiping with Siddhadeya and everything by Rasi Guru and Parampara, you'll have visions exactly like Das Goswami Rati Manjari, or something close to it. You can't be exactly, because he's what he is, and we're what we are. So, but prema you can get, when you have prema bhakti in the heart, when prema descends from the Golok and enters the heart by the mercy of Guru and Parampara and Krishna Radharani, then you have a Swarti, Viswarti, Sakshat. What's the difference? So Swarti is a vision where you see Krishna and it looks very, very real. They look like they're right in front of you, like four-dimensional, lake width, they have consciousness, everything. Spiritual reality in front of you. And it's almost like seeing. But it's not so clear and so refined. And Viswarti means Vishesh Swarti. V means Vishesh means special. A special vision where it seems so real, you can reach out. Krishna, you want to touch him. He's definitely there. He seems like three-dimensional, and you go to touch him, or touch around his feet, and it's not there. And Sakshat Darshan, you can touch Krishna's body, you can see Krishna's body, you can wrap your arms around him, put your head around his feet, wrap your arms around his feet. That's called Sakshat Darshan. That's what we desire. That's the ultimate. Skip over those two other steps. start with section darshan and work your way back. Let's hear what Sri Radharani has to say about it. The spiritual visions, they flow like a river in the heart of Das Goswami, who is absorbed in the Siddhadeha as a Manjari. And so, like that. So in this verse, Radhika meets with her Sakhis in another kunj, and she leaves Krishna. She's in one kunj with Krishna, and Krishna becomes Ananga. Anyone chant the Kam Gayatri, they know about Ananga. This is the inside meaning of Kam Gayatri. The Krishna Ananga, Krishna Radharani displays Viparita Leela. Viparita Leela means the lady love takes the aggressive male role and throws the guy off and gets on top of the guy and beats him up. That's called Viparita. Viparita means, in Hindi means upside down, Viparita. Alta, Viparita. Means, like, everything around here is basically Viparita. Everything's upside down. Well, we know in the West it's like this, here it was like that, So this is called Viparita Leela. This is very pleasurable that Krishna enjoys. But he becomes so overwhelmed by the power of Radharani's love, because women are more powerful than men anyway, everyone knows that. Shakti always defeats Shaktiman every time. So Krishna faints. When he faints, it's called Ananga. Anga means body, and Ananga means without body. So when you're fainted, your body's not working, your hands, you're dead to the world, look like you're dead. Just a little breath coming out of your nose. So the Ananga and Kam Gayatri is that Krishna who faints after being conquered by Radharani in the aggressive male role. He is flat on his back. So she said, what's this? What good are you, So she leaves him lying on the floor, I'm leaving. She's lying down and gets up and walks out. And watch Krishna, he's dead, he's Ananga. He's calm, he's Kamadev, and now he's Kamanga. He lost his body, like Kamadev got his body destroyed by Cupid personified. So there's no more powerful Cupid personified than Srimati Radharani ki. Jai. So the most powerful Cupid is Radharani. She shot Krishna full of arrows. Krishna's Pushpa Bana. Pushpa Bana. Bana means arrow, Pushpa means flower, and Pushpa Bana means 5 arrows. Form, fragrance, voice, touch, kiss the lips, touch the lips. So Radharani Krishna shot his 5 arrows, Transcendental Kamadevi. So you're Transcendental Kamadevi. Well, I'm Transcendental Kamadevi. And she shot her arrows back, and Krishna, he's defeated. Everyone knows the Radharani is called Jai Sri. Jai Sri, Jai Sri, Jai Sri. So Krishna is fagged out, fainted out, Ananga. So that's Kam Gayatri. So she meets him and said, where is he? He fell. He said, oh, no. So the gopis started making many jokes about Krishna. In a wonderfully intoxicated mood of Madhyata. The Madhyata means that Krishna is mine. So Radharani's bow towards Krishna is Madhyata. Krishna, you're mine. This is Madhyata. There's Twadhyata. Mad means me, Twa means you. So Chandravali has Twadhiya Bhav, means Twadhiya Rati towards Krishna. Krishna, I'm yours. Krishna, when Chandravali meets Krishna, she says, Krishna, I'm yours. He says, you think so? Under his breath, like Ashwatthama, the elephant's dead, Chandravali says, I am she's displaying Twadhiya Bhav. I belong to you, Krishna. You think so? Nobody controls me except one. It's not you. Well, anyway, you think about it, that's good. Okay, good. So she hasn't trespassed beyond her border, beyond her adhikar. Her adhikar is Sasha, Tridya. It doesn't go to Madhya. Impossible. She doesn't have that power of attraction, power of love, power of surrender, power of dedication, power of savor. Radharani alone has all those qualities and more. Tulsi praises her Swami in a joking way. Then Tulsi Manjari goes to console the anxious hero. who's suffering separation from his beloved Radharani, and brings Krishna into the kunj where all the Sakis of Radharani have been joking about him, laughing about him. Oh, here comes Krishna. Oh, hi, Krishna. They're all making fun of him, telling jokes, cracking jokes. There's Krishna. Oh, Krishna, hi, nice. Swagatam, Krishna. Gets very formal, very controlled, you know. Girls know how to cover themselves, you know. One minute they be going crazy, next minute, oh, we're not doing anything, you know, there's nothing going on here, mother, we're just, what are you doing, nothing. And she motherly says, ah. So, and then Krishna tells Srimati Radha how eager he is to meet her. So, Tulsi Manjari sits Krishna next to Radharani on a throne, Singhasan, amongst the Sakis. Sakis are all around. And then the Manjari relishes the sweetness of the youthfully sure, the youthful divine couple. That's part 1 of Leela and part 2. So for Shamasundar's happiness, Praneshri Radharani thinks of a new Leela. So because Radharani's duty is to please Krishna, and Krishna is always pleased by newer Leelas. That's why any devotee that's in Vrindavan is always having newer Leelas with Krishna. newer Leelas all the time with Krishna. Like, 4 days ago, my blood pressure was 145/95. Not bad. The next day it was 70/40 for 3 days after that, which is really like, everybody's worried, everyone's going crazy, especially me. And so I'm taking Lextrol and all that, and a whole lot of prayers, and a lot of emails flying back and forth and everywhere. And then today I'm better again. There says, don't give class, postpone it, take care of your body, sick, this quick, cook that quick, why you cook yourself, this, that. I said, okay, right. Thank you, good night. So, I don't know, maybe I go to Godhead tomorrow, but anyway, today I'm alive. While you're alive, do your seva. So Radharani thinks it's a new pastime. As I said, when you live in Braj, you always have new pastimes to Krishna. Everybody can tell you that you have a great 007 type pastimes, James Bond type pastimes. Everybody has different kinds of pastimes to Krishna depending on your adhikar. So Radharani wants to entertain Krishna in new pastimes. So what does he like most to do? Dance. Dance and romance. They go together. Dance and romance and cast a glance, have a dance, end in romance. Radha Kriya Taksha, Vinendra Vindavana Teju Lokasagara Kada Kadish Kriya Kriya Kadaksha Bhajan. Sidelong glance to Radharani and Krishna goes crazy. In Radha Sunni, Radharani simply casts a sidelong glance, and what happens to Krishna? First he drops his flute, never drops it. He speaks with it, like it's a teddy bear. He goes to sleep when he says Radharani, he's holding it like this in the flower bed. He says, put that flute down. Okay. He doesn't put it down. He doesn't put it down. He tucks it to the right hand side of his dhoti during all his Nikunjalila Rati Kili, all his pastime. The flute's right there watching everything, recording everything. Because later he's going to play all those songs on the flute, all those leaders are going to come out with this flute. All the leaders, the flute's going to witness all Krishna's leader like a mini camera, and later when Krishna plays the flute, all the leaders are running and going to come flying out over the airways of Brajmanda, all the parrots and everything. So he loves that flute. So he says, put that flute down. Okay. So dancing, the glance, a dance and romance. That's why you look at Rasa. Radharani came and cast a glance. Krishna said, okay, let's go. He left all the other gopis. Radharani cast one glance. What are all these other gopis? What about me? You're not favoring me? Okay, let's go. So Krishna took Radharani and left 3 billion gopis behind on the beach sand of Yamuna. And Radharani disappeared. And everyone was like, it was happening so fast, they didn't know Radharani went with him. They thought Krishna went alone. They took Radharani, and then they did a reverse order. They romanced, then danced after romance. So glance it can change. Order is not fixed order. Glance is always first. All trouble begins with a lady's glance. You check it out. Ask any man, ask any woman, how did the guy knock out the guy? I just looked at the guy, he was finished. I just looked and blinked my eyes, that's one glance, blinked my eyes twice, two glances, three, he was finished. Three blinks of my eye, in 3 hours he was done. Then he's wrapped around the book, okay, little buddy, do this, do that, oh yeah, do that. So glance and romance and dance, or glance and dance and romance. Well, so this is Radha. Krishna ke alade tate namalani se shakti dwari sukha ashware apani. The Shakti which makes Krishna's happy is called Ladni Shakti. Through Ladni Shakti, Krishna relishes happiness. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 8, 157. Srimati Radharani serves Krishna in all the innumerable forms of God with Shringa Ras through Radharani's own particles and expansions. Amsha Kala. So Radharani appears as Radharani appears as Satyabhama, Radharani appears as Indrani, and all the day first, Radharani, all Sakhis expand in the queens of Dwarka, then they expand in the Devis of heaven and other places. Jai Sri Radhe. My dear, you have to sit outside. There's no room in here.
No, I'm here.
I know you're there. I'm here, you're there. And where are we going? Where are we going? That's the question. Shamaramani, she'll tell you where we're going. Don't listen to her answer either. Okay, so that's the Leela. Then the Leela continues to the later. The playful gopis, now Krishna, Radharani said, gopis dance for Krishna's pleasure. So they respond. And there's some Bengali bhajan here and Vasant Ras. I'm going to say it because I like to say it, although my voice is not very paka, to say the least. Rangini Ganarasa Rangahi Nate Ranarani Kankana Kinkini Rate Rai Rag Rache Rasavanta Rati Ragini Ravana Vasanta Ratati Ravava Mahati Kapinash Radha Karu Murli Vilas. The playful gopis dance in a rasic way, making their ankle bells and waist bells jingle. They compose rasic ragas. They sing songs full of ras, of springtime, and then all this stuff. Different kinds of venas and different stringed instruments are played. Radha Raman plays the murli. Sham very sweetly plays it, and the Sakhis give rhythm with jingling of their ankle bells and bangles, waist bells. Sometimes Sham starts playing his flute and praises the Sakhis for their dancing and accompaniment. Meanwhile, Srimati sits on Sham's left side on a jeweled throne. Ratna Simhasan notices while she's sitting there, she doesn't have her sash of bells on anymore. Oh, true. Krishna asked me to dance. He's appreciating all the other Radharani's sitting next to Krishna on Radha Simhasan, jeweled asan, and she's noticing that Shama is really enjoying and looking at the thin waist of the gopis. Naturally, that's what men do, and other transcendental parts of the gopis as they're dead. Hips are swaying and things are going here and there. But he's listening actively. Ears are tuned into their waist bells, and waist bells are very prominent, very loud, very louder than ankle bells, louder than bangles. And so he's paying attention. Oh, the waists are so thin, beautiful waist. And not supposed to look there if you're a man, but he's not a man. he's God. He's a Purusha. He's not a Manush. We're a Manush. He's Purush. He's a Param Purush. Purushottam, Sri Krishna. So he's listening nicely to those waist bells, and he's looking. He's looking at Lalita Vishaka. He's going to say, well, how about you go dance? And if I do a dance on my waist belt, oh boy, it's going to be bad. I only lost him when I was with him, so he's the cause of it, but he doesn't want to hear about that. Why forget him? So, hey, Rati, and so Radharani communicates with Tulsi Manjari with her eyes, hey, I got emergency. Her eyes are blinking, emergency, emergency, bing, 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 red lights now on your dashboard, your electric system blew up or something, it's bad, so Tulsi's going to say, okay, just solves Krishna. Krishna, Radharani says, no, a few minutes, I'm just resting, okay. So then, there's a painting of that by Shamarani. It's called Kunja Leela or something like that. And Radharani's sitting there, and Tulsi Manjari's underneath her elbow and secretly tying on her Waistbells, and all the Manjari's sucking it around. Very beautiful painting. It's on my wall in my room. Someone gave it to me. It's a nice gift. So that's the scene here. So Krishna, the dance is going on, everyone's enjoying, and she noticed Radha doesn't see her her waist bells. She dropped in a mountain cave while absorbed in her love play. We told about all that. And if her Sakhis see us make jokes. So Srimati gives a hint. It's called Ingita. Ingita means indication, hint, to secretly go back to the cave and fetch the sasha bells and put it on her waist without being noticed by others. That's a pretty good feat. Waist bells are a big thing like this long, this big, this long. Has a hide under your sari, oh, take your veil or something like you're doing some magic trick, Tulsi Manjari has a veil, so she takes her veil, stretches it in front of Radharani's waist, like she's going to make some disappear, like a rabbit come out. He puts it like this and goes, and suddenly just like, what's Tulsi doing under her? Because Lita's very suspicious, what's going on? So, and then she doesn't know, but she figures out also. She's very clever. So Tulsi really went back, and there's more Lila over here on the back side. Rupa Manjari tells Rati Manjari, oh, Saki Rati Manjari, whatever. In Braj there are many gopikas, but you are the most fortunate one, because Radharani only ordered you to go back to the cave to get her waist bells, no one else. So you're very fortunate. You're very blessed with this intimate service. So that whole description is footnoted here in the book, and the bottom says, Nanda Gopal Goswami. So that's it for the Leela of this verse. What's our time now? Time is, I'm not going to, watch this, I'm on time, watch out. Try to get about 10 minutes or so. So we'll go back and discuss the points of the verse. So first, I don't know where we are. Let's see. 4 or 5. 6. That's 7. That's 8, verse 7. And that was the last part of Leo 6. Okay. I'll call this 7. The Sasha bell, in shloka number 3 of Vilapa Kusumanjali, Radharani's waist bells has a name. It's called Pranaya Mekala. Mekala means waist bells. It's called Pranayi. Pranayi is a level of prema, transcendental prema. Sneha, Man, Pranaya, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav, Madan. So there's like 8 stages of higher prema, or 7 stages. So these waist bells are Radharani called Pranaya Mekala. Means very beloved, they're my beloved. Why? Because they make Krishna mad with the jingling. When Radharani walks, they jingle when Radharani walks, dances, plays intimate sports with them in the kunja. Such a beloved. In other words, obviously the waist bells only jingle in particular situations in the kunj. Because if you're lying down, your waistbells aren't going and making too much noise. So anyone can easily understand what that means. So it's such a beloved ornament, it's not easily forgotten. But today, in the climax of Rati Keli, Radharani nevertheless forgot them. The greatness of these loving pastimes is that Radha and Krishna are very eager to make each other happy. That's the nature of love as described in Adi Lila chapter 4, verse 199 to 200. The happiness of the Premashraya is the happiness of the Premvishaya. In other words, the happiness of Radharani is the happiness of Krishna. True love, true selfless love, you have such a loving relationship in this world. The lover thinks, I want to make my beloved happy and pleased no matter what, whatever it takes. And the beloved thinks, I want to make my lover pleased no matter what it takes. So the object of affection, the object of pleasure is not me, it's my beloved. Let my beloved be happy with gifts, with kind words, with everything you can offer to them to make them happy. That's Radharani personified. She's everything about making Krishna happy in every possible way, every second of the day, in every situation. The Premashraya is happy when the Premvishaya is happy. This is causeless love, it's natural. It's because these pastimes of Radha and Krishna are so glorious. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard about the incredible purity of Radha and Krishna's love, Lord Mahaprabhu said, now I understand something about Radha and Krishna's transcendental love. I'd like to hear more about their pastimes now. Srimati 4, verse 201 starts all different leelas described. The two most important chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita and Rag Marg and Manjari Baba, Adi Lila chapter 4 and Madhya Lila chapter 8. Madhya Lila chapter 8 is Ramananda Samvad, and Adi Lila 4 is all the glories of Radharani and identity of the Mahanidhi Sakhis. So I repeatedly tell 1,000 times and 1,000 times more. Study 5, 10, 100 times, 50,000 times. Adi Lila chapter 4, the Bengali verses, purports back and forth, left and right, inside and out. You get some great insight in what is Gopi Baba's, Manjari Baba's brain. It's a long book, but that's a long chapter, but it's the essence of the essence. It's the Sara and Sara. Tava Sara, Rasa Sara, everything in one. And Madhya Lila chapter 8 is teaching of Raghunatha Roy. Who is Raghunatha Roy? Vishaka Saki. Vishaka Saki teaching Krishna. Krishna appearing as Mahaprabhu. Vishaka Saki is a natural guru, so she becomes a Vaitacharya, natural guru. And Krishna, in Gaura Vishaka is a Vaitacharya. So she's teaching Mahaprabhu. The praying guru of Mahaprabhu is Vishaka and Radharani. Radharani is Vishaka and Radharani, born the same time, the same day, same bhav, same everything. That's why Vishaka always likes Radharani, because they're like lookalikes. Lalita is the boss for everybody, so she controls Krishna, and he controls the controller. Krishna says, I'm an Ishwar. He says, I'm an Ishwar. You're Parameshwar, I'm Parameshwari. I'm the controller of the Parameshwar. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He doesn't go against Lalita no matter what happens. So that's it for today. Is this right? Is this 4 o'clock? Anybody has accurate time? 3:54. 6 more minutes, okay. So this was that discussion. Now this particular point of Tattva is unique position of Radharani, which we've already been hinting at that. We said some things about that. So, 10. This is also in, it's not telling, but this is in Ayurveda chapter 4. These names there, and some devotees, gurus often pick names for devotees from these names. This is Sloka. Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasa, Sarva Kanta Shiromani. Very beautiful names. All names of Radharani describing Radharani. Describes, however, in Braj there are many types of gopis, lovers of Krishna, displaying varieties of moods and flavors, all for the pleasure of Krishna, with their different tasteful pastimes, such as Rasalila. Radharani is Govinda Nandini. She is the crown. Radharani, however, is the crown jewel of all Krishna's lovers, because Radha delights and enchants Govinda. Therefore, she is Govinda's everything. Govinda Sarvasva. Sarvasva means Govinda's everything for Radharani. So Krishna's everything is Radharani. Govinda Nandini means one who gives him pleasure. And Govinda Mohani means one who bewilders Govinda. Madan Mohan, Krishna bewilders Madan, and Radharani bewilders Madan. So she's Madan Mohan Mohini or Govinda Mohini. Saying Radha is Govinda Mohini. Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini. Govinda Sarvakanta Shiromani. Sarvakanti Shiromani. Shiromani means Shir Asana yogis, all the yogis out there. Jewel on the head, Shiromani. She's a Kanta means lover. Of all the lovers, she's a crest jewel. She's the topmost of all the lovers. This is a nice glorification of Krishna's Kairaj Radharani. So this is about the unique position of Radharani. These are some explanations by Raghunatha Das Babaji Maharaj. Krishna comments on these shlokas. In Braj, Radha and her different gopis expansions make Krishna relish the sweetness of Shringarati, erotic mellow in so many ways. Krishna is also known as Rasika Shekhar. He's always greedy to relish sweet mellows of love, because love is the sweetest taste of reality everywhere. Krishna relishes the pinnacle of bliss in his pastimes with the Braja Devis. That's nice, Braja Devis. You say Sakis, Gopis, Braja Devis. Prabhupada had a nice phrase in his Krishna book in English when he described the Gopis of Vrindavan. He said, the coward damsels of Braj. It's the 1920s English, and it's in the Harmonist magazine published by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He used this phrase to describe the Braja Devis. But here in a circle of Ragmarg and Rasik Bhaktas, they stick closer to the Sanskrit. They don't favor English. Well, it's a beautiful translation in English. The damsels. Coward damsels of Braj. It's very elegant and regal name. The damsels, like some vassal and king and princess and the damsels, middle-aged damsels coming through. Wow, the coward damsels of Braj. I like that phrase. It's nice. So, but technically they're Braja Devis. So they're Devis, but they're Devis, ladies of Braj, Braja Devis. It's exact, but it's nice. Nice, okay, nice. So they're there. And they give Krishna most blissful, they make him relish their most blissful and luscious forms, scents and flavors that are scented with the love mellows known as Mahabhav. That's high-end stuff. These are great books, great tikas, nice just to read them. This particular point we'll give tomorrow. Vilapa Kusumanjali ki jai. Srimati Manjari ki jai. Raghunatha Das Goswami ki jai. Jai Jai Sri Radhe.